Welcome, everybody. I am Kurt Roskoff, and you have found your way to Revolutionize Your Marketing. This program is by Mill City Marketing MA, and we're joined as usual by the creator, founder, and host, the main host of Revolutionize Your Marketing and created the whole name, John Petros Sr. And this is all a conversation about marketing. Marketing entails publicity, promotion, advertising, customer service, personal selling, everything in the realm of selling, advertising, promoting, publicity, PR, mass media, social media marketing. You get the idea. All of these topics, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, online marketing, all the things, there's like 100 different ways that people say that they work on and provide marketing services, but we always got to tune in and find out what is their specialty. And I believe John is going to talk about the specialty of client acquisition, and he's got a particular sharing he's going to do here. So, John, come on in. Welcome to your show. And I'm excited to hear more about your findings here, what you're reporting, and how you're unpacking today's topic of client acquisition. What do you got for us, John?
Well, thank you, Kurt, and welcome everybody to Revolutionize Your Marketing. Again, it's time to revolutionize this economy by building up businesses. And a lot of people probably wonder, who is Mill City Marketing MA? Well, I'll make that nice and clear for you right now. I started this business a few years ago, and my whole purpose is to help businesses grow. So if something like COVID ever happens again, they'll be able to survive. I know too many companies that didn't survive the last one. And my goal is to help businesses grow by helping them do marketing. And that's what I do. I do ads on all social media platforms. And now I even do 30-second video commercials on live stream TV, like Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount, and recently, which Kurt doesn't even know about, I believe I'm getting access to Roku as well. So yeah, things just keep expanding, folks. And basically, besides this podcast every week, that's what I do. And I get new connections coming all the time. There's a business platform that people can find me on. It's called Alignable, which is business helping businesses. And I have plenty of people I'm connected with on that. So if anybody needs help besides what I help them with, I get guaranteed I got people I can connect them to. And that takes care of me. That's basically what I do. And tonight I'm here to talk about customer acquisition, because that's what every business is out for, to build customers. And there's so many ways to get clients, to find customers. Matter of fact, I just got something in the mail today. Little postcards that come out in the mail. That's one way to do it. That tends to be kind of expensive without knowing what your return is going to be. Another way is something that I'm talking to two people about. It's called electronic cards, thank you cards, appreciation notes sent out in the form of a card, birthday cards, anniversary cards, they do them all. And that's something that I'm going to start using this month to find out. Being an ambassador for Alignable, I do in-person networking. What I'm going to start doing is those that show up at the events, I'm going to send them a little thank you and appreciation card after. Goes out electronically, not in the mail, so there's no charge. No, you don't have to pay the U.S. Post Office to deliver them and hope they don't get lost. they go directly out to emails. That's another way to get customers. Is doing ads on social media, which is what I do. Virtual videos on live stream. There's things that offline marketing, online marketing, referral marketing, email marketing. There's all different types. And so today I figured I'd just go over and cover a couple of them. Like I said, there's offline marketing. What that is connecting with and getting curious about people at events that are already in your life. Different events like going to a diner, um, talking with the owner of the diner, um, if it's marketing you're looking for, or just talking with people that you meet in the diner, at parties, weddings, even on the airplane. I mean, if anybody who flies, you know how long a flight can be, and it gets kind of boring. Talk with the people around you. You never know who else is on that plane. You could be sitting next to a CEO that you don't know. Um, and then you can leverage community groups that are already around where you are. Um, Past employment or industry groups, spiritual groups, yoga centers. If anybody goes to a gym or yoga, talk to people there. Um, Golf community. Anybody like my brother who loves golfing? um, Golfers always get into conversations with other golfers. If you're involved in your kid's school, I've been involved with PTOs in different schools with my kids, and I tell you, you can build up some really good connections with people that would need your services. Um, Colleges, any type of clubs you belong to, would just get out there in these groups and let people know what it is you do and what type of clients or customers you're looking for. Even if you have an online business, an e-commerce business, get the word out. Talk to these people, talk to these groups, um, and places to find groups. Um, you can find them all over the place. You can attend networking events in your local areas if you can find them. Join industry associations, whatever industry that you're in. Um, join their associations. Attend the conferences that are in your field. That's a good way to find people that are interested in what you do. Because if they're doing the same thing that you're doing, they may know people that aren't in their area that are in yours. You never know unless you talk to people. You have to be able to talk to people about what it is that you do. Online reviews. If you have a website, put reviews on there. When people go into a site, like my wife, every time she's looking for something, she goes online and she looks up reviews. The more reviews you have out there, the better it is. Let me tell you. My wife is proof of that. Um, if you have a Facebook page, ask people on your Facebook page to leave a review, what they think of your page and what you do. Um, do the same thing on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is good for businesses to get the word out. Another thing you can do is host events online um, on these social media platforms. You can host events, hold seminars, talk about what it is that you do. Um, Mindset workshops, host a VIP day for a small group, either in person or online. VIP group, offer them something. If it's a service that you have, offer, if they sign up, give them a free month. That's um, one of the sites you can use. If if it's a service industry that you have, like a contract, something like that, fitpros.com. It's it's one of many corporate websites to host a workshop for organizations. Um, Host a LinkedIn in the platform of event. Host a virtual event with guest speakers or an online summit. I was doing one of those a couple of years ago, recording interviews with people I know in the marketing field and putting a summit together on the day and play the recordings. Like I said about the VIP package, I was giving people the copies of the interviews and an ebook on customer acquisition, which, by the way, I am in the middle of putting a book together of on customer acquisition, which is going to be going into details with graphics and everything. Another thing you do is talk to your coworkers. If if you have a 9 to 5 job or something like that, talk to your coworkers and see if they know anybody who's interested in what you have to offer uh, in 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 the services that you provide. Then there's organic online marketing, social media. Go on your social media pages, put in posts about what it is that you do, and keep putting posts in. The more posts you put out there, the more you're going to be known on social media. Somebody goes on to Facebook and they say, "Show me information about gyms." And if it's a small gym that you have a Facebook page. The more you post out there, the more it's going to pop up that you're there. Um, and well, since I started using gym, um, a, a gym could put an offer out there like sign up now for 3 months and receive one month free membership, things like that. Um, Create a group on Facebook for what you do. Put a post out there saying, "Hey, I'm starting a group for gyms," and you can turn around and build up an online group for yourself. Um, GM send direct messages to people that you personally know, inviting them to an offer that you want to put out there, and just face-to-face conversation. When you go to a supermarket, you never know who else is in that supermarket. If you're a gym, there might be somebody that's looking for a gym. They want to start exercising. Maybe the doctor told them they need to exercise more. Um, I mean, I'm a people person. I don't have a problem talking to people myself. Some people might be shy, then do it online. Um, and for people that are on Facebook, TikTok, all of them, start writing blogs. Get yourself known online. A lot of people will go, if they're looking for something, they'll go online and type in what they're looking for. And the more people put out there that if they have it to offer, the services that they do, the more it's going to pop up when people are searching. That actually would fall under um, what they call SEO, search engine optimization. And then there's paid ads online that you could do. Um, that's basically what I do. That's how I started out, is doing paid ads on social media. How that works is the person that's putting the ads out can define down who sees the ads, either by area or by type of person, what they're interested in. Uh, if you're a business owner and you talk to a lot of your customers, you know what your customers that come into your shop are kind of interested in. If you get repeated people that say this around the same things that they're interested in, then generally, if they're coming into your shop, other people are probably interested in the same type of thing. Especially if they're coming in and they're regular customers. Um, there's you can put, ads can be put out on Meta, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, which is now X. All of these, Facebook, YouTube is great. I mean, people are always going on looking for YouTube ads. How do I do this? How do I do that? Where can I find this? Where can I find that? Um, and there's all different plans like that that can be done. There's so many different ways to get clients. And anybody out there listening, I know I kind of like went through things really quick and not into detail. I don't want to take up that much time tonight to go into detail on each and every one of them. If you have any questions, get a hold of me. I can be reached at millcitymarketingma@gmail.com. My email, my website, Mill City Business Help. Business is with one S at the end. millcitybusinesshelp.com. That's my website. And there's my email link, my calendar link. My Calendly, you can schedule a one-on-one on my Calendly link. It's calendly.com/Mill City Marketing MA. And basically, that's how you can get a hold of me. Have any questions? I'll be happy to answer them. You want my help? I'll help you. I'll even help. I'll even help you set it up for yourself. It's fine with me. Anything to help out businesses to grow, because this country was founded on independent businesses. And the more you look around, these big companies, especially stores, they're cutting back. I was just reading an article the other day. I don't know if they're all across the country. I don't think so. Bigford's Restaurant. It's a it's been a big family-owned business for 100 years. It was built up to, I think it was 49 locations up here in the Northeast. They have one location left. They've closed all the rest of them down. Why? Because a lot of people stopped hearing about Bigfoots. There's now other names. It's all part of not having enough advertising out there. The more you get the word out about your business or the services that you have, the more you're going to get known. And Bigfoots is an example of not getting the word out. Family owned for 100 years. They went from 49 locations to one. That's what I'm trying to prevent from happening. So if you want to build your business, get a hold of me. And if there's anything besides marketing that you need, I'm well known on Alignable. I've got 1,600 connections right now on Alignable. I guarantee whatever you're looking for help, I've got people I can connect you with. You got any questions, Kurt, on what I said?
Yeah, why don't we Why don't we take a look at a little bit on information you shared? Um, you said that your website has one S for business. Let's take a look at that, folks. I always like to use the AV features here to kind of make help sure that nobody is left with a question in terms of information we share here. And I can also share my information. Again, I represent the World Ability Podcast Network that revolutionizes your marketing as part of the programming here at World of Ability Podcast Network. Folks can email me, Kurt, Kurt, at spiritofthegame.org. Folks can also call me 262-372-1754, 262-372-1754 for any questions about the programming we have here on the network and anything else I can do on top of what John's doing with his show, Revolutionize Your Marketing. So here we are. This is again Mill City Business Help. Notice that there's just the one S in business for this domain name, and it's got the phone number for John here, and this is what it looks like. So I just like to share that so people know they're in the right place when they find the website, millcitybusinesshelp.com, business with one S.
Actually,
So
Kurt, if we could go back to that, there's a
sure.
second with what people say about me. Um,
What, like a testimonial section, or what do you mean?
yeah,
So I got a little review here. This here, brand design and strategy, this stuff.
scroll down.
Oh, what others say. Oh, see what others say. Oh, that's exactly what it says. Very, very straightforward. I like it. Referrals. So yeah, Dr. Karen, Jeffrey, Sherry, Shane. Look at all these reviews.
There's our friend Sherry.
Yeah, we connected through Sherry. Absolutely. So there you go. A lot to look into and to go ahead and enjoy the reading, enjoy the review, and come on in and give John a chance. Give him a call, do one of those Calendly appointments, and see what the future may hold. The future that started right here, Revolutionize Your Marketing Show by Mill City Marketing MA with our
I tell you,
hero.
folks, that alignable platform, you never know where that's going to go. I got on Alignable just to meet local businesses, and if it wasn't for Alignable, I wouldn't have this podcast. Can I tell them a little story, Kurt, about that?
What?
I was
You're going to tell the story. Okay, here we go.
I was helping a client from North Carolina who was starting up a nonprofit. Um, when she asked me some questions about marketing. I was helping her out, and she had already met up with Kurt and was doing a podcast here on his network. And she was working with other people from Alignable in different aspects of what they do. So I was jumping on the podcast with her, and a couple of other people were put in. And I think at one point she was kind of getting depressed that it wasn't growing as fast as she had hoped. So for 3 weeks, she did not show up for the podcast. We kept it going for her. And the third week, my friend Kurt here, type of guy that he is, goes, John, have you ever thought of doing a podcast? I said, well, I've been thinking about it. Why? He goes, good. You want to start now? My first podcast was 10 minutes after he asked me that question. And I've been doing it every week since. So just by communicating with people and helping them out with what they do, folks, you never know where things are going to lead.
Yeah, you remind me of the story I have with my Shertel relative that you know he's a Shertel relative, so he's loosely related to the through a marriage from his side of the ancestry tree to over to mine through a marriage. It comes together and through a great aunt or something like this. So, but basically, I saw him at a family reunion that I was running, a little fun thing that, my Roscoff relation is so big with all the farming families and everything that a lot of the weddings and so forth, it just wouldn't get to my side of the relation. So I thought, well, I'm going to run a Roscoff reunion, and I'm going to run it so that I'm part of the Roscoff event, so did that, and so my Schertel relatives showed up and hadn't seen them for years after this reunion, and wasn't aware of him until he showed up at the reunion that he is part of the Roscoff genealogy, and but I saw him at a veteran event, and he runs Hope and Still, your oasis for people living in chronic pain. And I just started a radio show, in the midst of this. And so I asked him, I'm like, would you want to be a guest and feature Hope and Still, on our radio show, Ability MK Now? And so he came to do that, and I welcomed him back. I'm like, hey, if you enjoyed the conversation, if you like this, you're more than welcome to come back. He came back, and I did it again. I invited him back again. So he came a third time around, kind of like you were talking about with the threes. You got to watch out with me. And and then what happens is the radio management is telling me about a training because I hadn't learned the switchboard, with the volume and all the buttons and doing all the things, and they were doing a training on it. And when they were offering it, I couldn't make it. And I looked at my shirtara and like, is that something that you would enjoy? I mean, I can't make it. Do you want to go to it? And so he's like, sure. So he went to the training, totally enjoyed it. And then I had to tell him, I'm like, okay, now you got me in a situation. They need Ability MK Now to run its own soundboard, and I don't know how to do it, but you do. Are you willing to run it? And he's like, sure. Oh my gosh. So he went for a couple of years being he ended up being the main host of the show because he was running the switchboard and he's just good at it. So he went ahead and he became the main host of the show and switchboard. And all of a sudden, it's my show I invited him to, and then he kind of slipped in and took the lead on it. It was kind of cool. And so I just kind of helped as a producer, and they kind of brought me in for some Kurt Roscoff commentary. And so I became a secondary element to my own show. It's kind of cool. But we were working with a gentleman by the name of Adam, who I was really partnered with him. So my Schertel relative really like partnering with Adam, really is what it amounted to. So he was more Adam than he was me. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. One thing I should, well, I don't have to, but I will mention, um, anybody who's listening to this, next week is the week of 9/11. We all remember what happened 9/11. Well, we have a friend who was on my podcast a couple of weeks ago, last week, maybe, Kurt, I'm not sure. Her name is Mary Stanley, and she spent quite a few years in the military, and she was called in as on 9/11 as part of the search and recovery. Every year, she spends the entire week of 9/11 doing special events and radio shows. She's she's got a couple of radio shows that she does, and I am on a guest on her one of her radio shows at noontime, Eastern time, um, on Monday, and she's doing a special event on Alignable, I believe it is, on 9/11 that I am on at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I wish I had the links or more details on these shows, but she hasn't sent them to me yet. She's been busy filling the schedules with different people. Um, she actually wanted to talk to you too, Kurt. I gave Sue the information. I don't know if you guys ever got together yet. Um, she's interested in the different organizations that you're involved with for veterans. Um, See, folks, this is an example of marketing, connecting groups together to work together.
So John, if somebody wants to offer to you to be a guest on this show, how do they make that offer to be a guest on your show with what they're watching right now, that they could be the featured guest?
They can send me an email at millcitymarketingma@gmail.com or on my calendar link. I'll spell it out for you. CALENDLY.com/Mill City Marketing MA. You can go on there and book a time where you can have a Zoom chat, face to face, just like we are here with me and Kurt. Um, and give me details, and we will talk and see when it's a good time. Again, my podcast is at 5 p.m. Eastern every Friday, every week. Kurt's bringing up my calendar link. Thank you, Kurt.
You bet. So like you said, it's calendly.com/Mill City Marketing MA. It comes up as John Petros Sr. Connection
And don't,
call
don't
one to
mind my
one.
head to the side. I can't figure out how to get that fixed.
What needs to be? Oh, your head is sideways.
My head's shut. I'm laying down. It's not like that on anything else, but
Yeah, if would do or something. What's your favorite color? So there you go. Look at that. Just about every day. It's like he takes a break on Sunday, but otherwise every day you have an option. Easy to
I
talk,
I was
John.
raised with Sunday as being family days.
There you go. Yep, gotta have that. All right, John. So what's the next chapter? Are we gonna go into the next hour of our show now? Where are we going from here? It's not even April 1st. I'm just warming up.
Get ready for April, huh? Okay.
Right. 4/1/2026. It's gonna be a show of its own. We're gonna, revolutionize your tomfoolery, you know.
Is April 1st next year on a Friday?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm just kind of saying that. It's actually on a Wednesday. It's a hump day.
Ah, there you go.
So, but what I'll do is I'll fire up a show and I'll just spoof everybody that it's the day of your podcast and you didn't show up.
Okay. Whatever works.
All right. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think it says, yeah, it says it's Passover begins on sundown and it's a full moon that day. Woo! April 1st, watch out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh,
so by the time we get to April 3rd, it'll be a whole new day.
one last thing, Kurt, before we leave.
Okay.
I am going to promote something, and it's not me. It's a buddy of mine who was on my podcast a few weeks back. This is his new book that just came out a couple months ago. It's available on Amazon.com. How to Create a Passion-Led Business. He has a special coming up. I got to get that date off him and mark it down. I'll, again, like I said, the platform alignables for businesses. They are sponsoring and promoting a panel discussion about his book with people who he's written a chapter in the book about and people who have helped him. Everybody involved in that book, he found out afterwards, is on Alignable. So the entire book, everybody involved in it is from Alignable. The publisher, the co-writer, the graphic person, everybody is on Alignable. Alignable has over 3 million businesses across the US and Canada. If you have a business, you want to be on Alignable. That's it. That's all, folks.
Deeb, that's all, folks. Nice. So, all right,
the old
make sure.
the old Porky Pig routine.
Yep.
Da-da-da-choo.
There you go. So make sure to tune in every week. Thanks for tuning into the Mill City Marketing MA YouTube channel. So keep this channel handy for you for every Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, where we're right back here giving you your next Revolutionize Your Marketing show. And John is working on guests. He's got a handful of guests that all are in the hopper and waiting to confirm the dates they're going to come on. So they're going to be coming in troves. So enjoy, folks. A lot of guests coming up here. We're making it a September to remember. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.